So my point is to say that that this Sha'Carri situation triggered me a little bit in the sense that I was like, wow, these two people, you have two of the fastest human beings on the planet. Each of these individuals individually could win the world championships. Sha'Carri has won the world championships. Christian Coleman has won the world championships. Both of them are the fastest human beings, not just on the planet, but the fastest in the history of the world. They are a multi-million dollar power couple in the making. They could make their relationship public, do a reality show. They could become social media influencers with their doing stuff with the kids and whatever, right? In addition to running, in addition to literally sprinting, faster than anybody on the planet. But instead, they're spending their time fighting. And so here's what this made me think about is it made me think about the trauma. Sha'Carri Richardson, when I first, if you remember, the world's introduction to Sha'Carri Richardson was when she got caught smoking weed, and they told her she couldn't be in the world championships or something because she was smoking weed. Anybody remember that? And she went on Good Morning America, and everybody was like, "That ain't right. It ain't right to tell her she can't perform or compete because she was smoking weed because a lot of people smoke weed." I agree. My position on marijuana has shifted to some extent because I've been educated on the science of it. I think there are benefits. Now, mind you, if you are young and you smoke cannabis, be careful though, because there's a lot of scientific studies out there that say that excessive smoking can ruin your brain. It can ruin your ability to process information. And also, I'm gonna tell you like this. In the Gen X category, if I'm your boss and you're coming to work high and I can tell you're high, you will be fired. I have fired more than one 20-something-year-old who thought that having the edibles and chewables or whatever the hell they call them, like all the time and coming to work high was okay. And people who don't smoke, if you do smoke, they can smell the smoke. And if you don't smoke and you do the edibles, they can tell when your brain is running on a lag. Does that make sense? Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Like I remember talking to a young lady and I'd ask her a question and she would just stare into space for a minute. And I was like, oh wow, she must be ready to say something profound. Because when I stare into space, that means I'm about to drop something heavy on, I'm about to give you some wisdom. Like, so you know what happens is that when the Tweedle and the Deedle hit the dum and the bomb, then you get a Tweedle Deedle Diddy Dum, right? I have to drop some Professor Watkins on you if I take that long to think. She would literally take that long to tell me whether or not she was gonna go to the bathroom or whether or not she signed the document or not. It was very weird. And I said, okay, something's going on with her. I said, I bet you anything that she's smoking. I bet you anything that she's using cannabis because that her brain ain't working right, right? So people can tell that, and I just want to be the kind of mean old man and warn all the young people like just be careful with that stuff because anything you do in excess is going to hurt you. Anything you do that you where you do it to the extreme, it's going to be harmful, and you may not even notice it, but everybody else will. So anyway, with that said, just circling back. Let me circle back so I can make sure I don't lose my point too much here. Let's go back in terms of relationships and things like that. So with Sha'Carri and Christian, oh, the weed. Okay, so we were talking about the weed. So she got caught smoking the weed, and they told her she couldn't run. And the first thing I remember hearing was she said, "I was," and I knew what they were going to do. Somebody told her what to say. I mean, I know how this stuff works, and I don't blame them. And she said, "I was smoking because I was depressed because of the death of my biological mother." That right there sent a red flag up in my spine.